After getting incredibly lucky against Borussia Dortmund to progress in the Champions League, we've been drawn against PSG in the quarter-finals. However, we'll have to do it without the injured Marcus Rashford. First up today, we're against Arsenal, who are a point ahead of us in the table with a game in hand. We are putting out the strongest team possible. However, that doesn't include Casemiro or Rashford, who are injured. So winning this game is incredibly important. Get the 3 points, we go back ahead of Arsenal, and the pressure is all on them to win their game in hand. It takes that battle right back to them. We've been with them all season pretty much in a battle, and Garnacho's early effort there blocked by the Arsenal defence. Hopefully we won't see too much of that. Next time hopefully we'll see the back of the net bulge with Garnacho scoring more goals for us. Now this will be the last time I do it ever, because today is the last day you can buy a TomFM FC shirt. They go off sale today, Monday the 31st of October. After today you will not be able to buy one ever again. So if you've wanted one but not bought one yet, there is a link in the description to Hope and Glory to pre-order the shirt, as Gonzalo Ramos brings it forward and he's going to get a shirt out of celebration from me. I'll send him one for a finish like that. To everyone who has already bought a shirt, thank you very much. They're all being made to order. It's like a pre-order period, and then once they've got all the orders in, they'll just make the shirts to order the exact specifications that have been ordered. So once they're made, they then get posted out, so they should be with you in early December. That's annoying. But there's a chance he could have been offside here, and the referee says goal disallowed. Thank you very much, VAR. Oh, he's a mile offside. Should be red carded for that, I think. So at the break, we are 1-0 up, which is exactly what we needed to do. However, early in this second half, Martinelli's got a corner for Arsenal, swung to the near post, headed goalwards and just over the bar from Saliba. Moments later though, the ball is at the other end of the pitch with Arsenal building out from the back. Saka collects the ball into his feet and lays it off to Saliba, who has to go back to Gabriel. Good pressure from us to not allow Arsenal the ability to get forward quickly. Saliba goes back to Aaron Ramsdale, who gives it into Gabriel, and they're just slowly poking the ball forward, trying to find some openings. When they can't, they play it backwards instead, and hopefully we're going to win the ball high up the pitch here and double our lead. Or Arsenal are actually going to find a route forward through Gabriel Jesus, gets the ball on the edge of the area, finds Odegaard more centrally, Havertz finds Saka over the top, and it's actually a really, really good goal, annoyingly. Was that one offside? Because I think the referee is going to VAR here about this. I personally don't think it was. I think Saka timed his run really well, checked by the VAR, and the VAR says, yeah, I thought that would be the case. So all level here against Arsenal away from home. I'll be honest, a draw, I'd probably take it. Playing away from home to the Gunners, it's always going to be difficult. And we've got a few attacking players here in Garnacho and Sancho who are not playing particularly well, so our candidates to come off the pitch. I think we make that change in a moment's time, as we've somehow allowed Ben White to run the entire length of the pitch and get ahead of our defenders somehow. Luckily, the shot... Now, what on earth was Luke Shaw doing here and Sancho? What are they both doing in that situation? Well, Martinez moves to left back then, and we'll bring Gonzalo Inacio on. I guess we will bring Sancho off for Elanga and Martial on for... I'd say Garnacho, but he can't really play right wing very well, Martial. So can they swap over? Kind of. 18 minutes to go here, and Arsenal have got a throw in a very attacking area. And Nketiah gives the ball back to Tierney, the kick taker. He cuts it inside to Trossard. Odegaard, edge of the area, shoots, puts it just wide. Not quite sure how we've just completely fallen off in the second half. We've had 0 shots in the second half. Shout, demand more, and hopefully we'll have one now as Inacio gives the ball to Foyth on this near side. Foyth can tiptoe forward, give the ball to Elanga, back to Foyth. Sorry, just had to pause there because the window cleaner came to the window, and if I can hear him wiping the window, he can definitely hear me shouting at my computer screen about some imaginary football players. I don't think he knows what job I do, so it just looks weird when I answer the door to pay him, and he just knows that I've been shouting at a screen. So I just thought for his sake and my sake, I'd pause for a moment. In the meantime, though, Arsenal are coming forward with Trossard getting the ball in. Right, well, that's game over. Arsenal have won. So yeah, not ideal. Arsenal go 4 points clear. and they've got a game in hand, so that pretty much hands them the title. Chelsea only draw, so they stay behind us, but Man City have got 2 games in hand and they're only 3 points behind us. We still have to play them for the second time later on this season. Next Gen 24, the 50 best wonder kids in football. Garnacho number 3. I mean, he should be number 1 because he won European Golden Boy earlier this year, but I mean, we'll take number 3 for that. Evan Ferguson's in there, Rico Lewis is in there. I need to update my face pack by looks of things because a few players with no faces in the game. Garnacho, the only Man United player in this list though, which is it's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Oh, and Man City have just won one of their games in hand against Wolves, so they go ahead of us in the table on goal difference. Hopefully a slightly easier task coming up as we take on Brighton in the Premier League. I think a few changes are needed. Martinez is going to come off for Gonzalo Inacio. I want to bring Baturina on for Coop Miners, who's not played very well in his past few games. Casemiro's still out for another 6 days. Rashford's still out for another 2 weeks. So that is probably that. I just realised we've got 2 match stat screens here. I should probably change one of these to the league table, particularly at this late stage of the season, so you can actually see what's going on. As you can see, Man City have gone top of the table because they are winning against Luton 1-0. That might be behind my head, to be fair. Arsenal are playing later on this evening, and we have not had a single highlight in that first half, despite us dominating. Might just drop a quick encourage at the start of the second half here, try and get them to do something special and score a couple goals past this Brighton side, who we should be beating here today. Building out from the back, Baturina finds Sancho, who's back in the team now thanks to the injury to Rashford, has got some time to show what he can do. He was superb at the start of the season before he got injured and just puts the ball wide there. I don't think he's quite been the same person since he got back from that injury. He was lethal at the start of the season, by far our best player, and then has dropped off considerably since then. I think you could maybe argue that Gonzalo Ramos or Garnacho have been our best player going forward. In midfield, Bruno Fernandes has been absolutely superb as we just hit the crossbar. And I must say, Kim Min-jae has been amazing at the centre-back. He's been a great signing for us. Same with Juan Foyth, actually. Since he's joined the club, he's been really, really good. I've noticed a big improvement at the right fullback spot as Evan Ferguson, on that wonder kid list, takes his shot low and powerful, but Diogo Costa is there to make the save. However, right now, Sancho and Ramos, who I was praising earlier, have not done much at all. Let's bring Elanga and Martial on as the striker and actually make him an advance forward, I think, just to really try and stretch the lines a little bit more. We've got less than 25 minutes to go in this game, and we need to pull out a winner to try and stay in this title fight. If we don't get the win here today, then we are in big trouble as Ferguson's shot cannons back off the crossbar and Diogo Costa is lucky to make the catch there. Otherwise, that could have been dangerous to bounce off his back and just fall in the net for an easy goal for Brighton. 15 minutes to go and we need to get the win. We have to score a goal here as Kim gets the ball and plays it into Kimmich, who's been a bit quiet these previous few games, playing in the ball-winning midfielder role as Casemiro is currently injured. When Casemiro is back, we'll put him a bit further forward once again to try and dictate play going forward. He had a bit of a slow start at the time at the club, then got into a good bit of form, and then Casemiro got injured, forcing him backwards, where he was less involved in the attack and we don't notice him quite so much in the build-up play. Elanga, though, this time is finding space with Luke Shaw. He's on a yellow card. Might mean he's going to get a suspension soon. He's picked up quite a few this season. Bruno Fernandes out wide to Garnacho. Kicks the ball into space. Finds some time to get the ball back into Bruno. Bruno crosses it into Baturina, and Baturina does not let us down. He has scored some important goals this season. That's one of them. Right, let's praise the team for scoring that goal. Hopefully that'll just keep them motivated for the final 10 minutes or so. See the game out, get the 3 points. It keeps us in that race now. Man City have maybe played the other game in hand. I must have missed it. They must have won it, though, because they are quite a few points clear of us now. We win the game, though. That is the most important thing. And what does that do to the table? Yes, okay, so it keeps us 3 points behind Man City, a point behind Arsenal, but they've still got to play later on this evening. So we saw Man City beat Wolves 4-0, and then Palace beat Fulham, not bothered by us. Bournemouth beat Sheffield United on the Tuesday. The Wednesday saw Man City beat Brighton and Arsenal lose to Liverpool. Okay, so they played on Wednesday. And Arsenal have just lost again to Chelsea. Right, well, that keeps us in this fight. 6 games to go, 3 points in it. And next up, we have got PSG away from home. We can bring Casemiro onto the bench and we can bring Rashford on, but I don't think we'll use them. And I don't think I want to change anything about the starting lineup. Although Sancho has been rubbish, so maybe Martial will come on to be the inside forward. He is right-footed, so can play like that, but doesn't really like it too much. PSG away, it's going to be such a tough game. If anything, this is probably damage limitation in my books. I just don't really see a situation where we're coming away here with a 3-0 win. I think if we can grab a draw or lose by 1 goal, that might be successful for us. I have faith in us to turn it around at our place with the home crowd behind us. And right now we are doing a superb job. 25 minutes in, there's only been 1 shot a piece. So defensively, we're working really well, but the first highlight of the game is going to PSG's favour, although Luke Shaw makes a great interception. His clearance, though, is not particularly good. A little bit panics there as he tries to find the on-run of Garnacho, but he just couldn't find Garnacho. And instead, PSG bring the ball back forward and Kylian Mbappe scores his 32nd goal of the season. And moments later, there is another highlight in PSG's favour as Ousmane Dembele brings the ball forward. Can he get a cross in? He can. Mbappe's brought down, shot, blocked, no penalty given. But now it has been. The referee played a quick bit of advantage there, I think, and now is pulling it back for a penalty. I did think as soon as I saw Mbappe crumble down to his knees, this was only going to go one way. Penalty given. And apparently it's been given because Kimmich holds back Ceballos. Maybe that is, who knows what that's about. But Neymar takes the penalty, puts it just past Diogo Costa, and now there's a mountain to climb. We have to score 1 goal here. We have to just bring the result back to 2-2 or 2-1. That then gives us the chance. If we go 3-0 down, it is as good as over already. It's as good as over already. Oh, but the VAR is getting involved here, and the VAR gives... Okay, well, What a disastrous first half there. Throw the water bottle. You've been terrible so far. And players seem to lose confidence. Well, I might take these players off the pitch then. Martial, terrible. Let's bring Sancho on. Let's bring Elanga on for Garnacho. We've got to try and do something going forward. So Bruno goes there. Kimmich comes in here as a... You know what, we'll leave you as a ball-winning midfielder probably, and Bruno, you be the advanced playmaker, please. We had to make changes to try and get ourselves back in this game, and PSG have had 4 shots on target and scored 3 of them. It's a frustrating day for us defensively when that happens. Kimmich is a yellow card away from suspension, and we should consider bringing him off the pitch. Well, he's not played great today either, has he, on a 6.5, so let's bring Coop Miners on. Let's bring Scott McTominay on as well, actually. Swap those 2 over like that. And actually, maybe Bruno comes off for Marcus Rashford. We're rushing him back from injury a little bit here, but we can start him as a advanced forward and just see if that helps. We just need 1 goal. 1 goal will give us a little bit of hope heading into the second leg as Tomiyasu gets the ball out wide, looks to bring it forwards now, as he is just unchallenged by the guy marking him, completely allowed to run forward. Sancho does get a challenge in, but the loose ball falls to Dani Ceballos, who gives the ball to Achraf Hakimi. Ousmane Dembele now back to Hakimi into Verratti. They're just toying with us. Dembele's been allowed to run through, and Mbappe makes it for... Oh, goal disallowed for offside. Where was the offside there? Because I did not spot it. Was it here? When it wasn't Mbappe. So it was just Dembele. Demand more. We're going to go very attacking now. I just want a goal. That's all I want. A goal, please. We didn't get a goal. And now we need a huge bounce back against Bournemouth in the next few days. Casemiro is back fit enough to play 45 minutes. I think he might get an hour here. I think we bring Baturina on. Lindelof comes off because he's injured. Rashford maybe not quite ready to start or come off the bench, really. That does mean that Kimmich can go a bit further forwards, though, and then him and Fernandes can play together. All our defenders are on heavy match workload, so let's give Martinez a bit of a run at left back. Kim could do with the rest, so... I will bring Lindelof on, but he's just picked up an injury, so we can't do that. Unless we move Foyth to centre-back, and then Kim comes off for Diogo Dalot. So back in the Premier League, we have to make this count. We need the result. However, Bournemouth are playing so well this season, as you can see in the table. They're up to 6th. As the result stands right now with a draw, they move up to 6th in the table. So these are not going to be an easy team to beat right now, as Martinez gives the ball back to Foyth, who is now playing right centre-back in today's fixture. Gives it to Dalot, who is a bit better at getting forward potentially. May not be so good defensively, but we need to get bodies forward more, and we need to score some goals early in this game. Gonzalo Ramos with, I think, 20 goals in all competitions now this season. Had a very good season by all accounts, but maybe hasn't had quite the supply to get more goals that he should be having, and if he'd have done a better job finishing there, he may have just scored his 21st of the season. But a lot of the time, we just don't create enough chances, particularly towards the end of this season as players start to tire. At least that's what I'm telling myself, and not the fact that I've just maybe got the tactics wrong towards the end of the season and maybe should be changing things up a little bit more than I do. But as we don't concede a goal there, oh, it's a penalty. Great. Anthony Taylor consulting the VAR, penalty given. Dalot brought down Traore there off the ball pretty much. And the Bournemouth man is really gesticulating in the air. Solanke steps up and sends the keeper the wrong way. Oh, and now Diogo Dalot's injured. Great. Comes on, gives away a penalty, and then gets injured. Right, well, Kim's coming back onto the pitch then, isn't he? Look at this match momentum as well. All us, and then Bournemouth get one penalty, score the goal. It's unfair. It also means we are temporarily dropping down to 4th place, as Chelsea are now overtaking us in the table. We need an early goal in this second half, and Garnacho gives the ball to Martial, who does score, finally. Although checking possible offside here, VAR, you can see on the big screen. I don't think there was an offside in that, if I'm honest with you. I didn't see it personally, and neither did the VAR. So back on level terms, that's nice, but we need to win. We need to win to keep the title charge on and hopefully supplant Chelsea, Arsenal and Man City at the top of the table. 30 minutes to go. We might make some changes after this highlight. Gonzalo Ramos on a poor rating. Maybe we bring him off, bring Martial into that position, bring someone else on the wing. Maybe Sancho deserves to come on the pitch for a change. As Casemiro gives the ball to Kimmich, lays it off to Garnacho, who just leaves it for just right. Well, that's poor from Garnacho. He's got to maybe come off. He has got a 7.5 rating right now, so he's playing pretty well. But, I mean, we need to do better than this. We need to be more on it, more switched on, as Bruno Fernandes, wow, what a finish. This is more like it from us. Let's move Martial up top, and we'll bring Sancho on the left-hand side as the inside forward. Casemiro quite tired. He's not meant to play a full 90, is it? So let's bring Scott McTominay on. Martinez throws the ball down the line to Martial. Another goal here will just seal the victory, and Garnacho scores it. Now, that one could be offside, if I'm honest with you. I think Garnacho may have made his run a little too early. Sancho delayed his pass just a little bit. Although it's gone straight to a replay. No VAR check needed there, apparently. So Sancho, I still think that's offside, actually. I genuinely think that was off. This angle will tell us a bit better if he was or not. Oh, he's just played on by Mepham. Mepham just plays him on, I think. The downside is Arsenal are beating Sheffield United right now, so they will maintain the points gap to us. But another goal here for us could just help us out with some goal difference come the end of the season, although Man City's goal difference is insane because they have Erling Haaland in the team. I think he scored about 30 league goals already this season. Inacio plays the ball back to Martinez, who brings it forward himself, plays it off to McTominay, Kimmich into Martial. Martial round his man, shoots, scores. That rounds off the results. And if we do this against PSG, we'd still be losing because it's 4-1. They've been 5. Okay, well, we won't give away a penalty against PSG, and then we'll be fine, won't we? But that PSG game we will do tomorrow. There's only a week left of early access, and we have 6 games left to play this season, and I've got to try and drag this out as much as possible before the main game comes out. Although the second channel is up and running, you can go and subscribe to it and get ready for the first episode of our save over there when this season finishes with Man United.